Now to more on yet another troubling case involving an NFL star. Minnesota Vikings running back Adrian Peterson is out on bail in the wake of child abuse charges. He's accused of using a switch on his young son. NBC's Craig Melvin has the latest on that. Craig, good morning to you.
Hoda, good morning to you. Adrian Peterson, one of the most prolific offensive players in the NFL, but he's on defense this morning. Law enforcement officials say in Texas he beat his 4-year-old son with part of a tree branch. Now he faces charges of injury to a child and reckless and criminal neglect, allegations that are restarting an old debate over corporal punishment. According to law enforcement, Adrian Peterson's 4-year-old son was left with cuts and bruises on his back, buttocks, ankles, legs, and scrotum. Peterson admits to using a switch or a tree branch to administer what he calls a whooping, and what his attorney called in a statement the same kind of discipline that Peterson himself experienced as a child in East Texas, adding it is important to remember that Adrian never intended to harm his son and deeply regrets the unintentional injury.
I'm from the South. Whipping is, we do that all the time. Every black parent in the South is going to be in jail under those circumstances.
The charge has prompted reaction on both sides of the debate, from former athletes and from fans like this one, who replaced Peterson's name on his jersey with a child abuse hotline number.
There are residual effects of the ways in which we were raised, and we tend, in a cultural fashion, to gravitate to that which was familiar to us.
In 19 states, it's actually still legal for teachers and principals to paddle students, with much of the divide falling along geographic lines. In every state, it's legal to hit a child as long as the force is reasonable. But what qualifies as reasonable varies from place to place, and even murkier is the difference between discipline and abuse.
The lesson shouldn't be based out of fear, but it should be based out of respect.
Again, it's important to note here that Peterson insists that he's done nothing. Well, and, here's the thing. How you view corporal punishment, it does vary, depending on race and culture, geography, as we just saw there. But a number of the folks that we talk to say that, you look at the charges here. If these charges are accurate, it's hard to see how this would be considered discipline.
You look at photos, and you look at what Charles Barkley said about sort of blanketing, African American Southern parents, which I thought was ridiculous.
And you leave marks and break the skin of a 4-year-old child.
That goes beyond corporal punishment.
Beyond, and he even admitted it in the text.
And one of the text messages, yes, he acknowledged that he may have gone too far.
All right, Greg, thanks a lot.